How Netflix destroyed its own business to win. Imagine building a business around sending DVD discs through the mail, and then realizing that the future of your company might depend on making that business obsolete. That's exactly what Netflix faced. Today, Netflix is associated with streaming, but Netflix didn't start there. It started with DVD discs, and its journey from red envelopes to global streaming became one of the most important transformations in modern business. In 1997, Netflix was founded as a DVD rental company. In 1998, it launched its online DVD rental store. At the time, Netflix offered hundreds of titles and delivered DVD discs directly to customers. About Netflix, the idea was simple. Instead of driving to a video store, you could order a movie online and have it delivered to your home. That convenience was powerful, but Netflix wasn't satisfied with simply renting DVD discs. The company experimented with a subscription model. In 1999, Netflix introduced a subscription program that removed traditional due dates and late fees. About Netflix, that changed the customer experience. Instead of worrying about returning a movie on time, customers could keep DVD discs for longer and receive new ones through the mail. Netflix was beginning to understand something important. Convenience could become a competitive advantage. But then technology started changing. Internet speeds were improving, computers were becoming more powerful, and digital video was becoming increasingly practical. Netflix realized that eventually people wouldn't want to wait for a DVD to arrive. They would want to press a button and start watching immediately. In 2007, Netflix began streaming video to customers. About Netflix One, this was a huge decision because Netflix wasn't simply adding another feature. It was entering a completely different business. The company now had to think about internet infrastructure, technology, content licensing, and a completely different customer experience. And there was a problem. Netflix already had a successful DVD business. Why risk it? Because the biggest danger wasn't changing it quickly. The biggest danger was becoming too comfortable with a business that eventually wouldn't matter. Netflix later described this transformation as a painful process. The company had to let go of its DVD business in order to succeed in streaming. About Netflix, that's one of the most powerful lessons in the entire Netflix story. Sometimes your biggest competitor isn't another company. It's your own successful business. Netflix continued developing its streaming service, but the company realized that simply streaming other people's movies wouldn't be enough forever. So Netflix changed again. In 2013, the company began producing original shows, including House of Cards. About Netflix, now Netflix wasn't just a distributor, it was becoming a content creator. That changed the business again. Netflix could produce shows people wanted to watch, and then distribute those shows directly through its own platform. The company was building something much more powerful. Content plus technology plus distribution plus subscription. And the strategy expanded internationally. Netflix began entering markets around the world, bringing streaming to more countries and investing in stories from different regions. By 2016, Netflix announced that its service had become available around the world, with the exception of certain restricted markets. About Netflix, the company had transformed itself. DVDs had been the beginning, streaming became the future, and original content became another major advantage. But there was still another challenge: technology. Netflix needed a system capable of delivering enormous amounts of video reliably to customers around the world. The company invested heavily in cloud infrastructure and eventually migrated the majority of its systems to Amazon Web Services. About Netflix, think about how different Netflix had become. It started as a DVD rental company, then an online subscription service, then a streaming platform, then a global entertainment company. That is why Netflix is such a powerful business case study. The company repeatedly changed its business before the old model completely disappeared, and eventually, the original DVD business became unnecessary. In 2023, Netflix shipped its final DVD. After 25 years, the red envelope DVD business officially came to an end. About Netflix One, imagine that. A company spent years building a successful business and eventually shut down that part of the business because the future had moved somewhere else. That's not easy. Entrepreneurs often become emotionally attached to what made them successful. But Netflix demonstrates another way of thinking. Don't fall in love with your current business model. Fall in love with solving the customer's problem. Customers didn't really want DVD discs. They wanted entertainment. Once Netflix understood that the delivery method could change. DVDs were one method, streaming was another, and original content became another. The underlying customer desire remained the same. Give me something great to watch. So what can entrepreneurs learn from Netflix? Lesson number 1. Don't become trapped by your own success. A successful product can eventually become a limitation. Lesson number 2. Watch where technology is going. The future may look small at first. Netflix streaming began as a new feature. Eventually, it became the core business. Lesson number 3. Solve the customer's real problem. Customers wanted convenient entertainment, not necessarily physical DVD discs. Lesson number 4. Be willing to cannibalize yourself. If a new product could replace your old product, it's better to consider doing it yourself before someone else does. Lesson number 5. Keep reinventing. Netflix went from DVDs to streaming to original content to a global entertainment platform. And that's the real story. Netflix didn't win because it discovered one perfect business model. It won because it kept changing the business model. The lesson for entrepreneurs is simple. Your biggest opportunity might be hiding inside the thing that threatens your current business. Don't wait until the old world disappears before preparing for the new one. Because sometimes, the company that survives isn't the company that protects its past, it's the company that builds its future. This is Money Behind the Story. Subscribe for more stories about the companies, money and business decisions that change the world.